Now, as I said last week, the Helter Skelter's come to Norwich. Now, they popped that up in the cathedral. I went down there the other day and I thought, you know what better way to start this video than show you what I saw. Well, I am back at it again. So the last week's been pretty slow actually. Normally I'm quite happy not doing too much. I think that's mainly because I'm always doing other things. So I'm always running or riding or walking or hustling with a band or whatever it is. The last week has been pretty slow. I haven't done much. Just been chilling, I would say 95% of the time. All I've done this week is just worked, come home and rested. But I'm happy to say that my tattoo's all healed up. So I've just got to Cringleford Woods, which is where I normally run now. I really enjoy it here just because it's fairly flat and I'm not at the point where I can start really getting in the vert when it comes to running. So it just gives me a good opportunity to get what I need to get done and get out. So I'm gonna go get a run in. I'm not gonna take my camera with me because I think I'm gonna have to find a way to include the running into my videos, but also get my training done as well. And there's a reason for that, but I'll tell you that in a bit. So a week off of running doesn't appear to do too much damage. So if we go back to about this time last year, my plan was to run a race in the Peak District, run by Maverick Races. It's a trail marathon, gives you points towards the UTMB series, and I thought, you know, I haven't fallen out of love with cycling, but just kind of, it's become something that I like to do socially with friends rather than try and achieve anything. Oh, you know, sod it, I'll give that a go. Lo and behold, that's when the injury happened. What I'm actually going to be training for now is I'm going to train for that race again. Now, Maverick haven't released whether they're doing it yet. If anyone knows whether they are, you know, pop a comment and, you know, let me know. But it's in the Peak District. It's called the Peak, I think it's called the Peak Epic. It's a marathon distance trail race. Gives you points towards the UTMB series. Further to that though, and I know it's a long process, but I want to race one of those races. They have a few of them. There's CCC, TDS, and obviously the UTMB, and I think there's a couple of others as well that you can do. So they all require these points to get into the races. So in lies why I'm training for this Peak District race. So I tell you what, I'm gonna get home because I'm all hot and sweaty as per usual, but when I get home I'll show you what my plans are. So I had to get home. I was so sweaty in the car. It was quite chilly when I got out this morning, but inevitably as my run went on, I just got hotter and hotter, and by the time I got in the car, sat down, you know how it is. I mentioned about this Peak Epic. So this is a marathon distance run, like I said. It is in the Peak District. It's run from, I think this year it was from Hope Valley, which if you haven't been there before, it's one of the wonders of the Peak District. You should definitely go and check that place out when you're in the UK. But for me to be able to do that, I'm gonna have to train. So what I started doing prior to having my sports massage was this Couch to 10K. Now, the reason for that is because I don't want to damage myself whilst training, because that's just no good. So I have been to see the therapist. He's, you know, in agreement to take it slow and steady, so start from scratch. So what I've done is I spent some time and I got that into a bit more of a kind of formatted schedule. Now, what I've done is I've used Garmin Connect. I have a Garmin watch, and one of the kind of problems I've been facing is when I'm running, I'm doing kind of interval training. So it is kind of a period of time on to a period of time off. And whilst it's not that strenuous on my body, like my engine seems to be able to cope quite well, it's just a way of my legs being able to build up some resilience. So what I've actually gone and done is I've put this into Garmin Connect. Now, as you can see, this is the calendar in Garmin Connect, and this is like super useful. So what I can look at doing is planning my weeks ahead of time and actually putting in the details. So like you can see next week, it's 90 seconds on, 90 seconds off, 3 minutes on, 3 minutes off, so on and so forth. And you know, you can see the rest of them there. Now if we go into actually one of those individual listings, you can see that what I'm then able to do is put those intervals into my plan, and what that then enables me to do is actually run to a schedule. Now further to that, I can post that to my watch and my watch will tell me what to do. So I'm actually super excited to try this, because if this works, this is going to solve all of my training needs and all of my training problems, which sort of up until now I've been trying to remember day by day. And then the final thing is to try and get to that 5k goal, which is the first kind of milestone. So next week we're going to do 90 seconds on, 90 seconds off, 3 minutes on, 3 minutes off. I'm going to do it 3 times. I'm going to aim to do it Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays, because that kind of works with my life schedule, and if Fridays are a no-go, push it to Saturday. So I want to make this a healthy part of my life. Now what do I mean by that? There's a few guys out there that have kind of pushed this idea of never having long periods of time between things you're doing. So creating healthy habits, never having more than 2 days in between anything. So what that pushes you to do is to form these habits so you actually do the right thing. So rather than going, oh, I've got to push myself to run, you have to push yourself to stop. Or rather than having to make something hard work, make it a habit, make it a healthy habit. So that's what my plan is with this. Fast forward, the plan is first of all, we get to 5k by October. I think that's perfectly achievable. And then after that, I'm going to try and push for 10k, half marathon, ending up at the marathon distance next year. So tomorrow, going to see how it goes. Definitely going to do something, whether that's a walk, a ride, or whatever. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see what happens and we'll go from there. I think, you know, getting back to those healthy habits, my main thing is this week it was going to be a little bit different, because for a while, you know, this will make my 9th video on YouTube, and I haven't really had a direction for it. I've kind of done a bit of this and I've done a bit of that. Well, I've decided this is going to finalise what I want to do. So my plan for now is I'm going to show you my lead up to running a marathon. It's going to be, I think it's going to be quite interesting. I think it's going to be quite a challenge as well, not only from a running perspective, but I think also on top of that, like trying to film content and trying to make interesting videos for you know, me to look back on, and for the people that are interested to come and have a watch. It's going to be interesting because, you know, trying to do the same thing every week and throwing in a few bits of extra things. Of course, I'm still going to keep all of the other stuff that I've been doing. So, you know, whether that is going to the Helter Skelter, going away for a weekend with Soph, spending time with friends, whatever that is, you know, that's still going to be included, that's still be there. But my main thing is I want to show you the journey that it takes to get to a marathon. Kind of considered going cycling, but ended up deciding just not in the mood. So I've come out to near Winterton. There's an East Somerton church ruins, so they're like, well, I won't explain it, I'll just show you. You can't deny it. It's just cool. Living in Norfolk, you'd be surprised how many little gems there are. They're everywhere. Like, this is kind of East Norfolk, I guess. That's right near the coast. I think the coastline is about maybe a 20-minute walk from here. I had to take my glasses off because it's a bit dark. So I know this week's video has been kind of, I guess, I did it for me. I planned on doing something like this. This helps me make myself accountable to what my actions are. So whether that is that I want to set out a new goal or I want to do something new, this is going to make sure I achieve that. Because not to say that I bail out on things very often, because I don't. I kind of actually pretty good at sticking to those sort of things, but just having a visual log of everything that I'm doing, I think just makes it fun for me. Now, you know, I hope you guys enjoy it as well, because, you know, wouldn't be making these. Well, like I said, like, these are for me. These are like home movies, but I want everyone else to enjoy them as well, you know. I'm going to walk down to the coast and see what's going on down there. I don't think it's too far from here. I'm close to where I'm parked, so give that a try and see what's down there. Well, that beach trip got cut short. In true English summer fashion, it is raining. I shouldn't be surprised really. I even thought about packing a coat this morning and thought, no, the weatherman says it's not going to rain, so I won't need to pack a coat. But anyway, it's raining, so I'm back in the car, and I think I'm just going to make my way home, maybe try and find a coffee on the way home, but just, you know, I think we'll call it a day there. I just want to say thanks to everyone that's been watching these and liking them. I hope you keep on enjoying them, and if you like what you see, then hit that subscribe button. It'd mean the world to me to have you guys follow me on a regular basis. So anyway, till next time, thanks for watching and see you next week.